Morning, 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 Joe Bells and Whistles. God bless you this morning on this Wednesday. Here we go again. Isn't that amazing and a blessing that God has breathed the breath of life up on us? And not only that, some of us got the kiss of life. Because if you woke up with joy in your hearts, that means that you got the kiss of life. You not just didn't wake up, you also woke up with the joy of the Lord as your strength. And I'm excited about that because that is the whole purpose of me coming on this morning, is to get you to experience and express joy in the midst of whatever you're going through. Oh, honey, and we all going through a whole lot of stuff. We going through stuff personally. We going through stuff collectively, financially, spiritually, emotionally. Relationally. We just be having so much stuff going on. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. Just about all the stuff that we got going on. And sometimes we don't recognize how much we got going on inside of our minds. How much we got jammed in that space. So we're going to just unpack a little bit about that space jam today. And how much space stuff we have jammed in the space of our mind. A place that needs to be pretty much not so cluttered. Oh, excuse me, you guys. I don't know if that's thundering that I'm going on here, but whatever it is, God bless me. And God bless you too. But nevertheless, we're talking about the clutter and all the stuff that goes on in that space. Sometimes we jam thoughts and all kinds of stuff, things, our own personal issues, along with everything else. So now we got all this stuff jammed up inside of our space, inside of our minds, and we can't seem to make a sound decision when it comes to our own personal lives and our own thoughts, because we're so busy trying to find out what it is that we want to do for ourselves, but we get confused on if we're hearing our own voice saying which way to go, or if we're hearing the voice of the Lord telling us which way is best for us to go, or if we caught up in all these voices that's tangled up in the space jam that we got going on up in here. So we just want to talk about a little bit about all the stuff that jammed in our space, and a lot of that stuff, little do we know, keeps us so much from being in a joyous place, keeps us from being happy, keeps us from being calm, just keep us from experiencing everything that is purpose for us. Every morning that you wake up, or at noon, or at night, depends on what time you go to sleep, you should wake up refreshed and renewed and grateful that you had an opportunity to rest for whatever amount of time that it was, and that the Lord allowed you to get back up on your feet to make it right. At whatever cost it is, for your own peace, for your own mind. And don't take it personal when you know and recognize that you're willing to give up whatever it is in order to unpack all the jamming that's going on inside your space. We need for you guys to be clear-headed, clear mind. It's a lot going on. And just be aware that it is just not going on in your neighborhood. You know, Sunday afternoon, my brother-in-law stopped by and I bought a device, something that goes on your TV that allows you to watch. They're legal devices. You can go online and buy them. But my brother had some, and I bought one. My husband and I connected up to the TV, and when I tell you, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of channels, clear channels, movie channels, everything that you can think of that comes on there. But what I did was I spent the day yesterday going through it and looking at all the channels that I have. I mean, I could tap into any city in just about any country that I'm interested in. I could tap into it. And when I was doing a little click and hitting a few newses here and just going through it, I stumbled on the fact that the very same thing that's going on in most of our neighborhoods, in our communities, and in our cities, and in our states are going on everywhere in the world. It ain't just happening around us. So that means that there's no escape of all the trauma and the torment and the plague that we happen to be up under right now, the sickness and disease and the earthquakes and the wars and the rumors of wars and just all the madness that we happen to be upon is everywhere. So what we need to start doing is knowing that it just ain't here. But what it starts is clarity, and to be able to keep your mind from being entangled and keeping your space from being jammed is to be able to first understand who you are and your purpose and what it is that you are deserving of outside of desiring, so that you can have the fullness of joy and not allow all the stuff that is jammed inside of your space keep you from having what it is that you are entitled to have, which is joy in the morning, noon, and night. We can't let our circumstances and situations, joy bells and whistles, cause us not to have what it is that we are purpose here. You're not created in this life to just live a life of hell and then just go on to meet the Lord and then not have anything to turn back over to Him. This life is about receiving and getting something to turn back to the Lord. If any of you guys intend on meeting Him and being at His feet, you better have something to give Him. I'm just trying to tell you. And one of them comes with clarity, having the mind of Christ. How about that? How about doing things the way Jesus would do them? For you Bible readers and followers of Christ, some of that stuff might free you up. And you don't have to worry about walking around with your Space Jam hat on, because you ain't got no room for nothing else. So you basically got on this Space Jam hat, letting the world know that I can't take nothing else. That's the reason why we got to take some time and unpack what's going on inside of us, so that we can free some of that stuff up, so we can have some more pleasant and clearing thoughts, and let those thoughts be pertaining to your well-being. This is Win-Win Wednesday. My bells, my whistles, I want you guys to win. Every day I want you to wake up with a spirit of win. Every day. Every day I woke up for the last 4 years with a spirit of win. I went to bed sometime and wasn't always a winner, but that didn't mean that I don't get up every morning expecting to win. I have the intentions of winning, even if I ain't playing the game. Because if I'm rooting for you, I'm rooting for you to win. I don't have to play to be a winner, to be rooting for one. If I'm rooting for a winner, that makes me a winner. That means that I'm going for the team or the one that I think is going to win. So I'm backing up. So on Win-Win Wednesday, I want you guys to back up any files, anything that's important to you, that's inside that space, that's jamming your thoughts, that's jamming your clarity, that's jamming your ability to have compassion towards mankind. We got to do away with all this Bible quoting and scripture readings and church going if you have no fruit and there's no light. Why? Because we have things that has cluttered our mind and we can't hear clearly. Are you hearing or are you listening from the things of God? Sometimes you can't hear nor can you listen. Or can you listen? Because you got so much going on. You're so distorted. You're so distracted that you're not even realizing that your space is jammed. You're still trying to incline your ears to hear and have not yet recognized that there's no room inside of there for you to get anything else. It's Win-Win Wednesday with Joy Bells and Whistle. This is your girl, Juslee. I want you guys to spend some time between now and the next Wednesday unpacking some of that stuff in your space. Unpack some of that space in your mindset. Unpack some of that stuff so that you'll be able to hear pleasantries. So you'll be able to see the things that God has for you to see. And you won't let all the stuff, the distractions. Oh, this is your traffic coach talking right now. You won't let the things on the sideline take you off of your focus. Taking you off your focus, taking you off your course. And your course should be to unpack all the stuff that's jammed inside your space, which is your mind. We need to clear our minds so that we can have a place of pleasantries within our lives. There's no reason that we should walk around here all disheartened. Every day that we wake up, we should be joyous. We should be grateful. We should be blessed. Because we are, and we're highly favored. Why? Because we here. Let me tell you something. I don't care how much money somebody else got. If you woke up in this realm today, you are blessed and highly favored. It ain't got nothing to do with how much money you got, how big your house is, how big your car is. It has absolutely nothing to do with any of that. It has everything to do with how wealthy you think you are on the inside. And sometimes when that mind is cluttered, and there's no space because it's all jammed with nonsense and foolishness and unnecessariness, keeping us from the joy of the Lord. That's the enemy's job, is to distract us. And we got to do better, Joy Bells and Whistles, honey child. We got to get on our mark and let the light shine so that people can see the good works that lies within us, and that they know that there's somebody greater than us that's out here still roaming. Oh, we don't see much of him on the outside. We know that he lives inside of us. But we need to get that light to shine a little bit more brighter on the outside. Is that okay with y'all, Joy Bells and Whistles? And that's what I want y'all to do in the next 7 days until I meet up with you guys again. I want you guys to unpack the space. Some space inside your mind. I know it's jammed with a lot of stuff, thinking, a lot of thoughts. But I want you to spend the next couple of days just unpacking the thoughts that don't matter, the thoughts you can't do anything about, and the things that you feel like you can't. Ask God for the strength, and ask God's ability, and ask God for his blessings and his grace and mercy over you as you do what's inside of you to do, as you free the space inside your mind. God bless you, Joy Bells and Whistles. I want you guys to continue to pray for me as I pray for you. And we're going to watch God change some things in our lives. Love you.